I'm just staying behind this police guy. It's quite amusing. I'm not even having it in sport. Drive at his speed. He hasn't got blue lights on, so it must be safe at this speed. This is the Monday after the Simola hill climb. My thoughts on the Simola hill climb. My first attempt at the Simola hill climb. I had a lot of fun. First of all, there are a couple of down points. The first is that there was a fatality on the Sunday morning, and a long-time competitor, looks like something broke on his Lotus, and he went off and was killed instantly. Obviously that put a pause on everything, and everyone was shocked. It was no fault of anyone as far as I can see. Something broke, things break. He was on the fastest bit of the track, and it's quite bumpy there. The safety is as good as you can get. He was unlucky. It sounds callous, but he died doing what he loved doing. His brothers also race, and they expressed a wish that they'd like the race to continue. And after hearing that, and for myself, I think if I had been killed, I would want it to continue. So I phoned home, got permission from the boss. It's important that she was comfortable with me continuing. She said yes, and Robert said yes. Didn't ask the other two. They're not petrol heads, quite the same. So we competed, and we did extraordinarily well. I would have liked a sub 50, but next year. We've got a 51.1, and we've got this intermittent engine fault that comes on at big throttle openings, which forced me to drive smooth, which is no bad thing. And that, you know, if you take out the runs where the fault was happening, I was steadily bringing down the time, finding my way around the track. It's a very technical track. You're almost everywhere sacrificing the first corner for your exit speed from the second corner. We had a couple of squirrely moments, as they say, but it was tremendous fun. This thing is so quick off the line. It's unbelievably quick off the line. Everyone else is doing burnouts and everything else. No, don't bother with that. Get to the front line, flag drops, floor it, and away you, well, not quite floor it, but just feed on the power smoothly, and away she hops. It's just amazing. The other downside was the fact that Ivor couldn't attend. He'd had an operation on his knee and was clearly in a lot of pain. So I suggested he shouldn't come, and he agreed. But he was certainly there in spirit, and also commentary, pointing out that I can use all the road and trying to introduce me to at least a couple of apexes. And that was some of the good points. Robert couldn't join me, and that's a shame because he is the other petrol head in the family. But he did join me. He was, I mean, so helpful. Looking at the video footage as it was being live streamed onto the internet, he was giving me the times before I knew the times officially, telling me where I needed to go and which sectors I was quick in, and that was so useful. So yeah, I did feel it was a combined effort. Tessie and Conwell turned up and they were great. Tess Crinita went off to buy me lunch a couple of times, which was good. So that part was good. The disability awareness side of things, that really worked. Had a great interview with Colin, who I think is a new friend. I'll need to get his contact details, I think. And he's got an incredible story. He donated his liver to his brother back in '85 when that was a risky thing to do. Gave his brother another 30 years of life. That's incredible. So, he impressed me. They all impressed me. We were met with such warm and understanding people throughout. From the people, Paul Jordan in the Toyota next to me, who actually beat me, but he's been going for 10 years. He knows his way around the track and he's a very good driver. And others, you know, everyone, single-seater racers, the chap from Hertfordshire, everyone was so welcome and accommodating. It was, yeah, remarkable. I mean, even Sparky Bright, who was the clerk of the course, he was guiding me onto the start line. And I hope that comes out in the video. It was really quite sweet that he'd chosen. He was trying to tell me to start well over to the left, well over to the right, and that certainly was the line to take. And it's the line I took, and it worked. So, you know, the whole event was, yeah, very special. I wish more of my family could have attended, but hey ho. Maybe it was better that they were remote. I don't know. It was emotional at times. For all sorts of reasons it was emotional. For good reasons and bad. So, a big thank you to everyone involved, whether that's family, Ivor and his family putting up with me for these last few days. Yeah, really good. Yeah, I knew he was going to turn, that Bucky. I just somehow knew he was going to turn. What an idiot.